Lay of Hildebrand. I learned through hearing told that the challengers faced off one on one, Hildebrand and Hildebrand, between two armies. They of one father-son blood relation put their gear in order. They prepared their war shirts. They, men of fighting, belted their swords on over chainmail. Then they rode to this fight. Hildebrand made a statement. Hildebrands's son. He was the older and so more great venerable man, wiser from more life experience. He began to ask in few words who the other's father would be of the people in the war gathering, or of which king you may be. If you indicate one man to me, I'll know the others myself. Child, I know all the great folk in the kingdom. Hildebrand made a statement. Hildebrand's son. That, they said to me, my people, old and life-wise, who were around back then, that my father was called Hildebrand, as I am called Hildebrand. Long ago, he departed eastwards, fleeing Odoacer's wrath, off and away with Theodoric and many of Theodoric's servicemen. He left behind in the homeland to sit poor, a young woman in a house, and a child ungrown, devoid of inheritance. He rode off into the east. Later, Theodoric found himself having to go without my father. What a friendless man! With Odoacer, he was all too furious. With Theodoric, the dearest of servicemen. He was always at the vanguard of the folk regiment. He was too fond of combat. Brave men knew him well. I don't suppose he could still be alive. I call as witness, said Hildebrand, great God in the sky above, that you, child, have so far never sued for cause to fight it out with such a blood-related man. Then he peeled from his arm a looped band, made from gold of Caesar's currency, in the same way that the king had given it to him, the chieftain of the Huns. This I give you now, as token of good faith. Hildebrand made a statement. Hildebrand's son, a warrior ought to receive a gift with a spear, point against point. You think yourself all too sly, old Hun, luring me in with your words, intending to throw your spear at me. It's by practicing deceit that you got to be so old. That, they said to me, seafarers heading west across the sea. That war took 'em dead is Hildebrand, Hildebrands's son. Hildebrand made a statement. Hildebrands's son. I can clearly see by your armor that back home you have a good lord, that in this realm too you've not been made to wander rogue. Well now, ruling god, said Hildebrand, a tragic fate unfolds. I wandered 30 summers and 30 winters in exile. There, I was always enlisted into the army of front-line troops. Even so, not at any town could anyone peg death to me. Now, my own child is to hack me with blade, strike me down with his sword, or I am to become his demise. But you can do it now like nothing. if your zeal suffices you in such an old grey veteran to win armor and seize loot if you have any right to them. At this point, only the sissiest of the East people, said Hildebrand, would deny you a battle, now with you wanting it so badly, a fight, man to man, putting to the test to see who of us today has to give up the vestments or can lord it over these coats of mail. Then, to begin, they let fly ashwood spears in sharp showers, which each stayed stuck in the shields. Then they stepped into close combat, their painted shield boards clashing. Fiercely they hacked away at the three splendid shields until their linden shields grew tight, demolished by the weapons. So goes the Lay of Hildebrand,